This is 12.2 surface area of prisms and cylinders. Scan lesson 12.2. List 2 headings you would use to make an outline for this lesson. So the first heading is lateral areas and surface area of prisms. And the second is lateral area and surface area of cylinders. Label the elements of this oblique pentagonal prism with the correct terms. So first thing to notice is it's oblique, meaning it's not standing straight up. It's leaning at a little bit of an angle. Second thing to notice is it says pentagonal, which means the base shape is a pentagon. And the last thing to note is it says prism, which means it has 2 bases, both of which are pentagons. Arrow A is pointing to a lateral edge. Would be this portion right here. B is pointing to the top pentagon and the bottom pentagon, which would be the bases. Arrow C is pointing to the base edge. Arrow D is pointing to the altitude or the height, as it is connected to the right angle. And it's connecting those 2 bases. And arrow E is pointing to this face here, which would be a lateral face. Fill in each blank with the correct term or phrase. An axis of a cylinder is the segment with endpoints at the center of the circular bases. So if this is my cylinder, my axis would go from here to here. The lateral area of a prism is the sum of the areas of the lateral faces. So again, we're talking about area. Anytime we're talking about area, we're talking about how much space we're covering. Our units are always squared. So we're going to start off with lateral area and surface area of a prism. The lateral area is only the area of the lateral faces. It does not include the area of the bases. The formula for the lateral area of a prism is P times H, where P stands for the perimeter of the base and H stands for the height of the bases. Now, if we're talking about surface area, we're covering the entire surface of the prism. That means I have my lateral area, but I have to add the area of the bases. Well, in a prism, we have 2 bases. So B stands for the area of the base. Lateral area would be the perimeter times the height, and the surface area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Given the base edges of the prism above are 8, 6, 5, and 5, and that the height is 10, find its lateral area. So the lateral area would be the perimeter times the height. Well, the perimeter of the base would be all of the sides added up. 8 plus 6 plus 5 plus 5. The height is 10. So my lateral area would be 24 times 10, or 240. Now if it asks me for surface area, that would be the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. 240 plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, the base in this case is a trapezoid, and the area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 times base 2 times the height. Well, they don't give me the height. Let's just say the height of the base, we'll put it on here on the picture, is 4. 8 plus 6 gives me 14. Half of 14 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So my surface area would be 2 times 28 plus 240, which would be 296. Okay, and they tell me that this is measured in inches, so my lateral area would be inches squared and my surface area would be inches squared. The cylindrical canister below has a surface area of 33 inches squared. Use the formula S equals 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. What is the approximate height of the canister? Okay, well, let's back up and write down our lateral area and surface area formulas for a cylinder. The lateral area is 2 pi R times H. 2 pi R would be the perimeter of the base, just like we had up here, but my base in a cylinder never changes, so the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi R. That's the circumference. The surface area would be the lateral area plus 2, again, times the area of the base. But the base of a cylinder never changes, it's always a circle. So I can plug in pi R squared. So let's use the information they give me. They say the surface area is 33. In the picture, my radius is 1.5. So even though it looks like I might have 2 variables, I actually only have 1 because pi is just a number. So I'll start by doing 2 times pi times 1.5. (1.5) squared times 2 times pi. Since I have the same variable, I add those two together, combine my like terms, and come down here. And divide both sides. To find that my height is about 1.4. So we're going to cross this bottom box out. Okay, so let's go back to the front page of notes and we can fill in our couple formulas. Lateral area is perimeter of the base times the height. In a cylinder, the perimeter of the base would be 2 pi R times the height. Surface area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Surface area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. In a cylinder, it's always pi R squared. Alright, so at this point, you guys can work on your 12